right, welcome to the fourth and final review of the evening. Up this time is Moonstuck, and not Struck or anything like that.
Also stuck on the moon, not anywhere else.
Yes. You are far away from home and you're all alone, but there's some soothing music keeping you going and your mood is pretty high. You just have to get off this rock. You are Moonstuck, an intriguing hybrid of rage game and chill, wholesome experience. Moonstuck will push you to the limits of your endurance, but keep your mind centered and relaxed the entire time. Navigate a huge, winding labyrinth filled with traps and hazards in the safety of your little ship and delicately bouncing your boosts and directions until you're free. Your boosts won't last forever, so you'll need to be careful and be constant with the shifting, a little bit here and a little bit there to make your way through. You can do it, though. It is fine. With checkpoints, a calm atmosphere, and a pastel color palette, Moonstuck is designed for you to succeed, if only you have the patience. The entire game is available for free, so the only thing you need to spend is your time. Try it out and see if this strange experiment to the chill, relaxing rage game subgenre plays out for you. See if you can get home. See if you can escape from getting Moonstuck. Right. So, to begin things, the whole rage game thing here. You might think it's piggybacking on, the likes of Happy Wheels and, other mimetic frustration simulators. And I'm here to tell you that no, this is an entirely different kind of frustration. The package is probably the thing that's most different, and perhaps the implementation, but this is actually one of the oldest game styles out there, dating back to 1979 with the seminal release of Lunar Lander. And that birthed the, I believe it's called the thrust genre, for lack of a better term. But if you're not familiar with Lunar Lander, it's basically, you've got a lunar lander, you've got the moon, you've got to land on the moon, but you've got to take into account actual Newtonian physics. Not the first.
You have to land flat and not tilt over to one side too far, and also not hit the ground so hard you explode.
Yep. And Lunar Lander eventually would be got Gravitar in the mid 80s or early 80s. And that's what this game is most like, because Gravitar is the one that actually had tunnels and stuff, moving horizontally, if I'm remembering correctly. And this game is based off of that whole model. It's just, where the difference lies is mostly in the whole pastel colors, faux relaxing aesthetic. I say faux because you cannot be raging and relaxing at the same time. But, and the implementation here is suspect at best, because I think we all had the same kind of problem here. This game doesn't know how to stop. I mean that literally, because you're
like in two ways.
Right.
First, you have the kind of aggressive. You have to be moving up to move at all, basically. If you're just going along the ground, you're kind of scraping.
Yep.
And once you're doing that, you accelerate very quickly, and you can control this with WASD or arrow keys, or I think buttons on a controller, or with a mouse.
The analog stick.
Okay, that might work best. I don't know. Or does it just work like the mouse?
It worked the best, but it wasn't great, or good, or tolerable.
With the mouse, you click for thrust, and then it tries to reach the mouse cursor, and that's, I don't know, possibly the worst, but it's also, I had more success with that than I did with WASD, so I don't know. Anyway, the real issue here is that way too much of the thing is just insta-kill territory for control as slippery as you have.
Yeah. Well, it's also the level design. I think that's where this game...
Yeah, and it's very tight.
Yeah,
too.
I'm like, well, and it's surprisingly jaggy, especially, like, I only got to the first checkpoint before I noped out of this thing, because, like, the jags are in such a way you'd expect this, like, in the middle of the game or the end game, not the very beginning. Like, and the tunnels are fairly long between checkpoints. Like, so it's... You're gonna die a lot, and mentioned, like, the thrust doesn't stop when you die, so you're probably gonna smash your ship an extra 4 or 5 times before you able to actually reorient yourself. That's the whole rage-inducing part of Moonstuck, and it's very simple, but it's not very enjoyable. Like, as far as the whole pastel kids painting aesthetic here, it's probably the best thing it's got going. But and the music is indeed attempting to be calm and relaxing, but
the biggest issue that I had is that when you die and respawn, you just keep, like, there's no break.
Yeah.
And yes, it should be a short break, but it should at least, like, by default set your controls back and not, like, make you accidentally kill yourself 3 more times just before you take your finger off the thrust.
Yeah. So, and that's about it. Like, it's an incredibly simple game. Once again, it's a game conceit that was born in 1970s arcades. So, of course, it's going to be simple. And this doesn't really add to the mix. Like, honestly, if you want to see that game, go pick up Bob Came in Pieces. Like, this is an interesting diversion, and it is free. So, is it worth even your free time? Not really. Like I said, this is intentionally designed to be infuriating, and I don't... if that's your cup of tea, fine. And if for extra, equipment breaking rage, there is a 1 life mode. Yeah.
Hey, if you play it in 1 life mode, you'll stop playing quickly.
That's fair enough. And yeah, that'll about do it for Moonstuck here. And indeed, that'll about do it for our review session. So, the week ahead. Coming up on Wednesday, May 4th, we will be welcoming Fred Wood of Fred Wood Games. He is the developer of the Love series. It's a trilogy of retro-styled platformers. He's also on the development team of Deltarune, and he's currently working on a game called Grapplebot, which is, so far, very true to its namesake, as in you play a unicycled robot and you can grapple. So let's see, on Friday, May 6th, we are supposed to be having Christian M. of Waterflame. He is a composer, and he works oftentimes in video games. He hasn't confirmed my reminders yet, so we'll see how that pans out. And we do indeed have another new installment of Moonhawk Studios Presents on Wednesday, so look forward to that. And until then, I shall wish you good gaming.